All right, students, so today's lesson we're doing the midpoint formula. So yesterday we just talked about random segments floating around in space. These segments are specifically going to be in a coordinate plane. Now, I know we've already did coordinate plane stuff with the distance formula, but coordinate geometry is an incredibly important technique for mathematical problem solving for many reasons. If there was no coordinate geometry, only mathematical shapes in their simplest forms could be studied. By simply attaching a coordinate system to the plane or a mathematical space of another dimension, we gain an entirely new ability to think about position. So next time you're working, or I guess throughout today, when you're working on a coordinate plane, you can think this guy right here. This is René Descartes. He's a mathematician. He was born several hundred years ago. I want to say in the 1700s, but I don't really remember. We used to hang out all the time and do math together. He's no longer alive, R.I.P. We'll give him a smiley face because we're using his coordinate plane today. All right, so he's smiling. And have you ever heard this quote, "I think, therefore I am"? Descartes said that. And then here's just some other reasons why we use coordinate geometry. Think about all your favorite movies, favorite video games. Here's Star Wars, Star Killer Base from Episode 7, The Force Awakens. And it just shows you how they use computer graphics. That's like the first version, and then slowly they make it better. And that's all because of coordinate geometry. So that's just one example of Star Wars. Now think about other things like Toy Story, Wreck-It Ralph, Finding Dory, all that stuff too, that uses coordinate geometry. So just a little bit of a warm-up. We're going to do these, we're going to graph these, and we're going to find the midpoints on our own. Let's see how we do it. So we got -5, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 to the left, 4 up, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's a W. And then J is 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Boop. All right. So it says find the midpoint. So you guys can probably do this quite quickly. Just some common sense. This has a length of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that means 1, 2, 3, 4. Boom, right there. And that's the midpoint. We'll call it M at -1, 4. So something we got to make sure we're good at is being able to use a coordinate plane. Sometimes we have silly mistakes and swap the X and Y's or go the wrong way. Even me, I'm a genius. Sometimes I mess up as well. So just be careful. Q is -3, -3. V is 1, 1. All right, this one's a little bit different. Not a nice horizontal line as before. But let's see, well, I go over 4 and up 4. So if I want to go to the middle, I'm just going to go 2, 2. Boom, right there. M. Now is at -1, -1. And then we got R over here, which is -4. 1, 2, 3, 4. -3. 1, 2, 3. And then T is at 0, 2. So that means I don't move in the X way, but I go 2 up. All right, and we got this nice, beautiful line. That's one great thing about notability, is that it makes our line straight for us. Now, how far am I going over this way? I'm going 1, 2, 3, 4. So I went 4 in this direction, and I'm going 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going 5 up. So this one's a little bit goofy. We're not going to land exactly on a point. If I go 1, 2, 1, and then 2.5. Ooh, this is a little awkward. M is now at -2, -0.5. So that one is a little bit more challenging. It wasn't a nice, beautiful whole number. We had to use a decimal. All right. So explain your method for finding the midpoint between 2 points. Counting. And we had to use a little bit of logic. But counting, this is a great method. You're allowed to use this method. We're going to use it throughout the year. However, unfortunately, you'll probably be disappointed It's not the foolproof method. We're actually going to have to learn a formula, and that's what we'll talk about right here in the next video. Stay tuned.